Hello, YouTube. I'm Kevin Tents. You're all wonderful, and today we're taking a look at some Marauders. Now, why are we looking at Marauders? Because I enjoy the game. That's why. Honestly, that's it. We're doing this in one take. We're going to enjoy some gameplay here, and I want to focus on just one tip. I want to focus on one tip for those people who are down so bad that they don't know how they're ever going to regain. I don't want you to think about the people who've got 100K because they can buy a kit. I don't want you to think about the people who still have Twitch drops that they're sitting on because they can get a kit. I want you to think about the people who have an empty stash, maybe a biscuit in there, maybe, and $3,000 to their name, right? That's where our focus is. Those people who are down so bad that they're not even sure if they can take a rust bucket in. You can always take a rust bucket in. In case you didn't know that, you can always take a rust bucket into your raid. But this is the person I want you to focus on. The one who doesn't have enough to fill out these slots. Because what we're going to do today is we're going to do salvage runs. Now, salvage runs recently got nerfed. We had a couple hot fixes come out. I think one of them was to nerf the loot table for salvage runs. And another was, what was the other one for? Actually, we got to cancel out of this. I think I've got, cool. We still have the rust bucket set. All right. Again, like I said, we're doing this one take, so that's going to probably be in the video. Anyway. As I was saying, we're doing salvage runs. The one hotfix was to nerf the loot tables for the salvage, and the other one, I believe, was for stability purposes. There were a lot of crashes going on. There might still be a lot of crashes, but there was just recently a hotfix. So make sure that you are fully up to date on the game before you go and worry about all of the crashes that you're having. Start there. Now, when I say they nerfed the loot tables, yes. But they actually maybe made it easier to get some of the gear that you need because you can get crafting materials from salvage now that you weren't able to get before. And in doing so, you can bring that stuff back. You can craft yourself some bags, some armaments. Armaments? Who says armaments? You can craft yourself some firearms or guns. You can craft yourself the ammunition that you'll need. You can craft yourself a lot of things. Things that you wouldn't be able to get in just the standard trade section. So that's what we're looking at, right? That's the stuff that we're looking at. We're looking to get any gear that we can. Maybe we end up with a bag while we're out there, or we end up with a med crate, something like that, something we can take back and put to good use again. And then alternatively, any of that crafting material that we can bring back here, get ourselves up and running with some of the things that we already know how to make that we just don't have the materials for, right? So that's the focus here. Now, salvage, I'm just going to keep talking while this is searching for a match. We're closing in on 2 minutes here, which was kind of surprising. Matchmaking has been much better than this prior to today, so I'm not sure if we're at like a lower player count, like I said, with all those crashes, or just because of the time of day that I'm running this. It's Mother's Day weekend. It's in the middle of the day on the weekend. People are probably out doing things with their family instead of posted up recording a YouTube video. Why do I keep using weird words today? I don't know. Anyway, that's just who I am. Salvage, what we're going to be looking for, I'm going to start from the very beginning. Grab the Luger, the 9mm, and the rig that's right here. That's rule number one on a salvage run. You just grab that stuff. It's free. It's free real estate. You'll always have this in a rust bucket as well. You won't always have this in a larger ship, which is why I wanted to make sure that we were in the rust bucket. Okay. Spaceport. So it looks like we got Spaceport and Navy. This is cool because we might also run into the Red Baron. But we're going to be looking for salvage. So look for areas with debris like that, but like not such like heavy debris. Like that's some wild debris over there. Okay. We're going to look for space debris, and in looking for the space debris, we're going to be looking for red flashing lights. So, like, there's some down here. I saw one down here. It's going to be a little box. We got some folks that are having a blast over there. I didn't mean the pun, but then it happened, so I'm not taking that back. You hit R. R is your default key binding to grab the salvage. I don't think ships can go backwards. I think I'm just like floating at that point. And then what I like to do is I like to post up somewhere. It's just like a little bit harder to find. So like in here. And as soon as you hit F to let go of the periscope, your ship stops moving. So like wherever you're at, you don't have to worry about the ship still like drifting off into space. So you come back here, boom, we've got a ton of stuff here. Great. This is awesome. All right, so we'll pull this stuff in. Gonna move this down here. We probably need the ammo just in case we get breached. Okay, so now we got this full. Gonna come over here. Boom, purge it. You always want to purge it. You got to get rid of that. Fun fact, if you're running a duo and you purge your friend, they get yeeted out into space and they are no more. Okay. I hear fewer shots. And by fewer, I mean I don't hear any right now, so that's probably good. Because our whole goal here is just... There's someone in a space pod out there. Our goal here is to get some loot and get out. We're not here to engage. We're not here to raid. We're literally just like grabbing some loot, some things that we could maybe sell, some things that we could use to craft, and then leaving. Now, bearing in mind, there's still space combat, so we're not safe out here. You've got other players who might be out here before they decide to go in raids. They want to get a little space combat in. You've got people who just really love breaching, and so they might just start the match, hit their breach pods, and then try to see who they can tangle up with. We've got some salvage over here. You've got AI ships and turrets. So the Red Baron. You've got the turrets that are on top of things like the colony cruiser, things near the capital ship. I can't remember if there are turrets near the merchant frigate, but near Navy, I think there's some turrets on the Navy base. We got that salvage, okay. And we're gonna go and cruise over here. We're gonna do the same thing, right? So we're gonna put ourselves in the shadow. Boom. No one is worried about this little rust bucket out in the middle of nowhere. And if they are, that's fine. Let them come. Maybe I just breach out. Okay, what else do we have here? More bandages. Okay. So, nothing crazy. Now, the spice and the morphine, I think, sells for the most. I'm pretty sure meth will sell for more than aspirin, so we're going to grab that. What I wanted to do was I wanted to see if we could grab one salvage that might have a bag in it so that we could carry just a little bit more. So we'll take a look, see if we can get one more salvage. If we can, great with a bag. Look at that. Look at that. We were just nestled in there. What a perfectly tight position to get ourselves in. Phrasing. Anyway. Yeah, I think there are turrets on top of the Navy ship. We got the spaceport over here. Let's see if there's any other salvage that we can grab. So I took a look at the loot tables for the salvage, and I don't actually remember if we can get bags. But I know you used to be able to, so I'm hoping we can. I know you can also get scrap, like different forms of scrap. And as long as you've got the crafting recipe for it, then you're good, right? No issues. All right, we're going to grab this one. This will be the last one we check because otherwise we're just We're just wasting salvage for other players. And, you know, some people are like, yeah, that's fine. F them other players. I'm not one of those guys, right? Like, that's just my play style. I know how bad it feels to have stuff just not go your way. And so if I can leave some, you know, some salvage for someone else, by all means. Although usually if someone's doing a salvage run, they're doing it like we are, so they'd already find this. What's this, ammo? It is ammo. You know what, since this is it, and I actually need 45, we're going to grab that and we're going to peace out. Okay, now the last thing that I would say to do, especially if you're on a salvage run, grab the fire extinguishers, right? All we have is this dumb little Luger. So we've got 2 spaces for larger weapons. Grab the fire extinguishers. There's going to be, what, 4, I think? You've got 2 back here. You've got 1 upstairs by the salvage. You've got 1 back there by the engine. So grab 2 of those. Bring them with you as you leave. It's easy. You can either sell them for money, or you can scrap them. But either way, easy. Easy decision. All right. Now we're going to see if there's another exit. Yeah, I think it was over here. And honestly, the only reason why I'm looking for another exit is because there was so much activity over that way where the first exit is that we saw. There's another salvage over here. If you can see it right there in the middle of that debris. And again, you know, where are we at? I can't see because we're at the helm, but we're probably, what, 10 minutes into the raid now? The key here is you want to make sure that you're cognizant of what the timer is on the raid so that you know what to expect. Once you get about halfway into a raid, that's when you might see people start popping out of the different POIs. And if that's the case, you don't want to be at this, like, right outside of spaceport when someone spawns in and just starts lighting you up, especially if you're in a rust bucket and they've got something else like an interceptor or anything that has a stronger or faster weapon. You know, the 100mm that's on the rust bucket is nice, but it's by no means the best or the fastest. So it is what it is. Anyway, let's take a look. All right, 8:36. So we weren't halfway in. We weren't even 10 minutes in. We still had a pretty good amount of time left before we were halfway in. Got a little bit of XP, but again, we're not doing this for the XP. We're doing this for the fire extinguishers. We're doing this for the fire extinguishers. Anyway, so we go over to trade, right? Wait, can't do that. We got to take all this stuff off. Boom. I think we could just... All right. Once I make some room here, I'll bring that rig over and I'll probably scrap the rig because I think you can get synthetic scrap best from the more fabric-based armors. We could take a look though. So 297 for the fire extinguisher, 276 for the Luger. Always make sure that you empty the ammo. We'll just sell that, super easy. Yeah, so the morphine, almost a grand. The spice that we pulled out, 2,500. We're absolutely selling that. Spice is also good though. So like, if you want to run spice, run spice. It's gnarly. Let's take a look at crafting. We can't scrap that. 80% chance to get junk. 85% chance to get junk. You know, I do need a little bit of junk scrap because I think that's how we make... No, that's how we make sack bags. Okay. So yeah, so I'm going to scrap the fire extinguishers. I think I'm going to sell the Luger. We'll sell the morphine since we can't not sell it. And we'll also sell the meth. There we go. I mean, we could run the morphine, right? Like, it's a good painkiller. It's very proficient in what it does. The meth is gnarly. The meth is just out of control. All right. So yeah, I needed 45 for the Mac 10, which is a gun that I do enjoy running, and I would like to run it more, but I didn't have any ammo. Okay, so now we've got a little bit of space. Let's go back over to gear, strip off the rig, take a look at crafting, and like I said, I'm pretty sure, yeah, 70% synthetic scrap. So always want to make sure that you are pulling any of the armor that is, yeah, yep. See, so if you got metal armor, you have a chance for metal scrap. It obstructs the opportunity that you have to get synthetic. So any of that fabric-based armor, your rigs, the flak vest here, something like that, gonna have a higher chance for synthetic scrap. That's what you want to be running. That's what you want to be looking for. In fact, one of the ways to get synthetic scrap early, if you've got the cash for it, oh nice, we got over 8,000 there. If you got the cash for it, buy the flak vest. Buy these vests. Just head over to crafting and scrap them. Yeah, it's going to be expensive to get the amount of scrap that you need for whatever recipe you're looking for, but it's a way to get yourself up and running with the recipe that you need. If you've got the cash for it, you might as well. Anyway, that's where we're at. That's all I had for you. I just wanted to share a little bit with you about ways that you can go about making a little bit of money, getting a little bit of gear, getting yourself in a better position if you are down super bad to be able to get back on your feet in Marauders. It's one of the reasons that I love this game is because it is feasible to get back on your feet even with absolutely nothing. The gameplay is made to be where if you have the right skill, you can outplay people. Obviously, if you don't have the right skill, yeah, you can lean a little bit more on your equipment, and the better the equipment you have, the more you can lean on it. But the game doesn't take out the ability to just outplay somebody, even if all you have is a Luger. So with all that in mind, thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to do all the YouTube things, right? So like drop a like, hit the subscribe button, all that stuff. Please and thank you. Until next time, though, stay blessed, and I cannot wait to catch you in the next one.